Welcome everybody to 48 Talk episode 127. I'm your host, Ragebally, as always. Joining me this time, it's Colonials on the bottom right, and a very under the weather Derek on the bottom left. Oh man.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened?
I don't know. It's like the weirdest thing. I don't get sick, and then I don't have fever medicine, and I have like a pretty nasty fever right now. I think it was because yesterday Kunogi-chan from Necroma had like a morning event which was really long, and then we had a all night talk event with a mini live with Necroma. And then like me and Ricky, we walked all the way from like Asagaya to Koenji, and we're talking about something, and it was just, I think that wind just killed me. It was really cold out, but I mean, I don't know. Like I didn't want to miss today. I'm good. Like I gotta be tough.
Oh man. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for being here because DX is also
Sure.
out of town right now, so he couldn't be here
Right.
today. But we do have a lot of stuff to talk about for
Yep.
this week. But first, as always, we're still in the fight with NGT48 and Justice for Mahohon. So, a few updates. Basically, the biggest things that came out was that the manager, the new manager, apologized again, but this time in the theater itself. Again, wrong manager to apologize. Thank you for the apology, I would say. Um, they cancelled the send-off sessions that they have in the theater,
Yep.
just for I think safety reasons or maybe
Yeah.
for other ways to that. Um, there's currently still a Twitter silence to the majority of members, except for like the big ones like Ogino. She can plug where she is and show some stuff, and Nakarika, her TV show, stuff like that. But other than that, there's like a Twitter silence. One who broke that was Yamada Noe. She basically sent out a tweet saying, "We want to say as much as we can as well, but we can't right now." And then 10 minutes later, that tweet got deleted. But it's the internet, so everything you post is out there.
Yep.
We did find out, however, that a little update from Yamaguchi Maho herself. She is currently still reading our tweets and liking them, certain aspects of the detective work, basically, that we're doing. So she still has a voice, basically, in a very limited form. But glad to have some update, not a total radio silence or like
Yeah.
social media silence on this end. The other thing that's still worrying about is with the guy Inapu is he's showing more and more threats on his Twitter. Take that how you will. Basically, he's still working with Bushun and saying stuff like now going to stalk other members, including like Okada Nana, for instance. And that's still unsettling that a guy can basically give these threats out, even though people know who he is, where he is, and still no one has act upon it. So hopefully this message will come true and take everything without effect with a grain of salt. But these are basically the more subjects, unless I'm forgetting something. Any guys, you have other updates we can add?
No,
No.
I think you hit it on the head. That's pretty much everything. As expected, everything's kind of dying down. So, but it's like people are still outraged, and rightfully so. And we just hope that Mahohon's situation won't get swept under the rug. And then this guy Inapu, if he truly is stalking members, like he's not allowed to continue that, because what happens when it turns like seriously violent? Like that could be a situation that again should be avoided at all costs. And it just amazes me how NGT's management responded to all of this. It's just apologizing on the stage isn't what we want. We want action, and
Well, there's been a rumor now, with the way things are going, that there is actually talk about disbanding the group, and then
mhm.
sending some of the members to different groups just to fill them up, and then disbanding the entire group completely. What do you think about that if that would happen?
It's not a bad idea. I hate to say it. I love NGT a lot, and I just don't know how they can recover from something like this. And if the other members are within the other groups, maybe they'll find a lot more safety. I mean, certainly Mahohon, she should instantly be transferred. Like she shouldn't even be an NGT anymore, in my opinion. not safe for her. It's not a good environment. She's gonna quit in the month. You know, I could just see the writing on the wall. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I really agree with that. NGT is in such a predicament that how they could recover from this, I don't know. Even if they would be able to, it will always be a black mark on their history. And if they continue, okay, yeah, but that will be remembered by many people. Perhaps I hope so, because we want that. Disbanding, I can see it happening too. I can see maybe all, I don't know, of the girls like being scattered around with the other 48 groups. But yeah, I expect Maho to like either take a very, very long hiatus, Harupi, or graduate entirely. Like I thought that the chances of her continuing are very, very slim, because I am not sure if she can trust NGT. But when I say NGT, I mean like some other members and or staff. Yep. That's the big one. Even if also, you know, the physical, mental scars, emotional scars that she has, like they will remain for an uncertain amount of time, and that's also something to consider. So it's time will tell. I always say that. We don't know. We don't know what will happen. We can only guess.
I personally think that disbanding the group is the easy way out. Then it's like, okay, then everything is gone. You don't have to worry about anything anymore, and just sweep it under the rug. I think you should, you know, you got burned and you have to sit on the blisters for this. I don't know what the English word for that is actually. You got too close to the song. Yeah, reap what you sow.
Yeah.
This is some Dutch saying we have. But basically, with this situation is okay. Now you have to deal with it. What do we the fans want? What do we see? Want to see basically what we're yelling about, justice for Mahohon. That means the allegations are still being like investigated by the police, and we want a situation that. But if there's multiple witnesses or proof or anything about it, then the people responsible for it need to be comprehended for that. So basically what we're still waiting for is, we basically know that there's one major member that's the problem, and then accomplice in that side. So then management should judge upon that side fitting to what should happen in this group.
And the third party investigative unit, there's a better word for it, I forgot what they called it, that is also established. I think it either will be next week or it has been this week. I don't know, one of those two. But though I would say that they should be the one to make that call. Because that's...
Yeah.
Well, I want to say that's the purpose, but I don't quote me on that. I think they should make that call.
The other situation... Well, Derek, go first. I'll go further on that.
I was just gonna say that, you know, whatever member made this happen, if there's clear admission, that member needs to be gone. Like, it's you forfeited idol. I'm sorry, but that's not what idol is sabotaging your fellow idols and potentially getting them in situations where they're going to be raped and physically assaulted, and then on top of that, they have to apologize for it. Which, again, you know, we've discussed the reasons for those apologies and the cultural context as to why that happened. But overall, like, honestly, like, that member should be gone. You know, they did a good job getting rid of Imamura, installing a female man. Good. That was a step in the right direction. But I'm gonna wait, because this manager might not be any more or less capable of protecting the girls or being there for them. It's times like this I really wish that I could be in this situation and clean house, because it would be a done deal. Like, you're gone. NGT we're gonna have a big concert where we're gonna celebrate the fact that we love this group, we love our music. Mahohon, we're gonna protect you. We're gonna give you the choice to leave. You know, it would be a big thing, because because then you tackle it head on. Apologizing makes you look feeble and like kind of like you did something wrong.
Yeah. So
anyways, go ahead.
Indeed, the suspects or need to be prosecuted, need to be comprehended to that side. That's one of the important things. On the NGT side, I want to have the ensure safety of members. That's the number one thing, because the trust is basically destroyed and then needs to be rebuilt, and that takes time. And I would like to see that. I would like to see everything in the right direction. So I do not agree with disbanding the group. I don't believe that anybody wants the group to be disbanded, because the majority is still innocent.
That's true.
Against a bad few apples, and it's always the easy way out, to go like, we'll just cancel everything because one person ruined it for everybody. I think that's not the right way to go to. So it will take time, and we will keep talking about it. Yes, Derek?
I think I have to debate just one small point about that. I do agree with you. It's the easy way out, sure. But I also think in this case, swift action needs to happen. That would be the swiftest thing, They clearly don't have any concept of member protection. Like, you have all these members living together, same place. Mistake number one. Mistake number two, members are bringing guys over, and that's forbidden in an all-female dorm, yet it's still happening. It should have been dealt with a long time ago. And then mistake number three, if there's even a whiff of a fan wanting to hurt an idol or talking on Twitter, that needs to be investigated, taken care of, and totally dealt with, because in the underworld we do that. We take care of threats pretty fast. It's a serious thing. It's a very serious thing, and Mahohon was a victim of them not taking it seriously. So that's an attitude change that I'm not sure is going to happen, because they have blinders on. They have personal security. Okay, that's great and all, but you're gonna do that for 400 girls? Come on, you know what I mean? And then also too, it's just, you have them live together. Why would you want to live with your coworkers? I mean, no offense to them, but it's like they need to have their own private place and be safe. But Niigata is, from what I understand, not exactly the largest place in the world. Am I wrong on that? Or?
No, it's actually very easy to walk around town. In less than a day. So yeah, they moved dorms. That's the first step. So there's a new address. Well, if Niigata's that big, it wouldn't be that hard to find. Yeah, it's. I think they're still busy. They're still working on something, and that's why the Twitter silence is there, I believe.
It's good. Let's hope they do something.
It's better. Basically, with NoAKBNoLife and Keyakizaka46, their social media situation is very limited. They have the mobile system where they can talk, but Twitter and that's very open to the world. That's very closed off. So maybe that's the route to take to less openness in social media, less attention.
Well, the problem with that is that being on social media is part of the idol's job, especially in the underworld. It's how you survive. So that, if you're a big idol, I guess it doesn't matter. If you're Ogi, I don't think anyone's going to care if you tweet good morning or not, But some of these idols, they develop fans through being really tentative to their needs of their fans, and they build ground root up. And so SNS is a powerful thing. Also, one thing I'll tell you, every idol I'm around, and I mean every single idol, will take pictures of everything, anything. I mean, it doesn't matter. They are picture snapping and putting it on Twitter. And it's just part of keeping your fans with you, especially if they're overseas, But it's also just, like I said, it's part of the job. So taking that component of the job away, for some of them, that could really hurt them. Some of the big ones, no, but even then.
It needs to be more balanced, just not in a way that people can use detective work and be like, okay, I know everything about this person because of all this situation. But
good point.
Yeah, this is another week basically, and we'll see what happens then. But I do like the fact that even though it's died down a lot since then, that we still have a majority people still going at it, and it's we're still not going. I haven't watched any theater performances, but I do
From
believe.
NGT?
Yeah, there isn't there, right?
They only have done Kenkyusei stages.
Yeah, and then the manager came out actually.
Yeah,
and so
there's only plans of Kenkyusei stages until I don't know when, but no group or whatever, only Kenkyuseis.
they're still settling the situation.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see what happens then next week, basically. All right. So what happened otherwise this week is a lot of singles came out, or basically previews or coming out soon. So we're going down to the list, and basically I'm doing this in an order from worst to best. My personal preference.
Okay.
So
that's fine. Let's do it.
So can you guys guess who I want to start first?
Yeah, NMB.
Yeah, because you said it.
NMB48 indeed came out with a new song. What is the title? I forgot. Like right away.
Wrote the people.
Toku no Musume. But
yeah, wrote the people too, basically. Okay, so what
the heck?
The biggest thing is, the one plus side is, they do not forget where they're from, because this is definitely Namba style. This is Osaka Namba style, you know, with the leopard print and then the party and then the coats and the lights and the bright and the dingy.
Yeah, they have a nice callback to their first song with the intro and the outro, which is a nice thing.
Yeah, but again with the hoo-ha, and
yeah, I know. That's really Rota people. They just copied themselves. It's why?
I mean, that's yeah.
Is that Shiroma Miru style, or do they think that's Shiroma Miru style? It's just
that's a good question. I don't know what the answer to that one is. It is now, maybe. We don't know.
But again, it's not like, oh my gosh, this song is so horrible, I cannot feel to it. It's like, that's my feeling. It's like if you play it, I'll be at a concert and I'll be there. I'll be like, yay. But
no, it's dance. Yeah, the dance is that's another thing.
Yeah. and every time it's also, you know, the same, you know, like, oh, I'm looking and then trying to be sexy like this. It's like, no.
Seen it.
It's not. Maybe that's just the NMB style, and they go playing it safe. But is this too safe, and it really gets into a negative way on this side? So, not my favorite. Not a good start for NMB, I would say.
So, yeah, here's the thing. Like, if they took out the Warota hoo-ha jungle, it wouldn't be a half bad song. I think visually, I like the MV. It's very colorful, very bright. The girls, they look like $1 billion, of course. Nothing really is going on though, other than, hey, look at us, we're gonna appeal to the camera. Which again, you know, if you're just interested in that as idol, that's not a bad thing per se. The song does have an okay hook. But that that just destroys it. It's like, come on. It's like you know what it reminds me of? No. You know, like it's just one thing untips the balance of a song. And also, why would you imitate yourself so clearly? Like is there again? I point to the creativity of this group and all AKB groups. Where are these music producers and what are they thinking? Like, oh, hey, let's look at how Warota people did. We sold, 1 million albums. We need to get a good 1 million album. Let's make a song just like that so we can, repeat the 1 million album sell. I mean, is that what this is? I don't know.
I have a feeling that it's like at the offices, and it's like someone, manager is coming up. It's like, I know it's not Japanese name, but like, hey, Johnson, we need a new song for NMB48. On it, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, just upload this. There we go. Done. That's basically how it feels. It's like just grab one out of the barrel and it's like, here we go, upload it.
Yeah, it's what are they doing? If they're just trying to fire off like a quick replica of something that worked, that's fine. I mean, AKB kind of did that in the early days with like Ponytail, like Everyday particularly. Everyday Katusha was basically like a
compilation, yeah.
But the difference is it ruled. It was amazing. It like there's so many highs and lows in that song. There's so many like emotional moments. Every girl has like this crazy passion that like you can hear coming through every note. I don't want to glorify like old AKB, but they deserve it. They really do. Everyday Katusha is like, again, masterpiece.
Hey,
it's
one of the best moments still for me. I still get the goosebump thinking about it. Is when they did that concert in the Toyota Stadium after A Perfect Human. They went. The Yui went into like let's go to the concert, and then fireworks came up, and then immediately Everyday Katusha, have them lined up and do that one pose, and then you get hyped up. That's how Everyday Katusha is. And with this one, it's like
yeah, I was there. I was there when they did that. Miho got done and they did that. The tears started coming. It was like, oh,
I'm here.
God. Like it's just even now, like if I have the like rare opportunity to go to a handshake event, which I think I kind of want to go to one now. I haven't been to one in a long time, just for fun. It's like, and they have a mini concert, and you hear that overture, and then they bust into like an old song. You're just instant like goosebumps, crying. It's even, and then what's cool is like you forgive the new songs for being like less than stellar. We'll put it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So then next up, I'm wondering. I'm still. It's a tie for me currently because I haven't seen the MV on this one yet. I think I'm going with Keyakizaka46. That's next.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The reason why for me.
Let's hear this.
So this is the new song that came out for the 8th single. It's Black Sheep, and it's interesting. It's very interesting because I like that it's a different style. And it's very. I'm not trying to be hypocritical because I just said NMB just did a copy of everything, but it feels now like it is a totally different direction Keyakizaka was going. Basically, this song that's now on their A side used to be more on their B side. So I would qualify this song as like an eccentric song, or as going back to the forest song, like that type of. You normally have the A side song that goes all the way, and then you have the more darker songs. It's going not so well, but it's like we're trying to be happy, but we're not. And that's what this song is. But it feels a lot slower. It's more like a ending song instead of a clear opener song. And personally, I like more opener songs than ending songs because ending songs tend to be more beautiful. But at the end, you don't want to hear them when you want to get pumped up. With the lyrics so far, it's like basically saying they're not doing so hot, and they try not to be. They don't want to be, the clear white sheep. They're not out of the ordinary. So maybe that's the statement of this song. It is a very nice melody. I need to see the MV to give my full opinion, of course. I would listen to this. I would listen to this every morning. Just that's what this song is, and it will grow on me probably. But for so far, what I've heard, it's okay. It's not their best work, but it's okay.
Colin?
If you told me this was a Keyakizaka song, I would be like, nah, dude,
really?
No,
really?
I have heard Keyakizaka sound. I know what they sound like, their style. But if you told me this is their new song, I'll be like, no, it isn't. It doesn't sound Keyakizaka to me. And if that's a good or bad thing, I leave that in the middle. But it's like, that's a different way of doing things, and that's okay. Hey, I said it before with AKB. All those 4 songs, Jabaja, Teacher, Sentimental Train, No Way Man. I don't like any of them, but they are different from one another, and I respect that. It's like not the same thing over and over again, because that's not their style. At least that's what I think. With Kea, something else. Is it plausible that they could win their current fandom over? I don't know. It's nice. It's nice. It's a nice sound, but it doesn't sound like their shtick or an A side to me. for them.
That's interesting. Here's the thing. Like, Kea needed, I think, after like quietness from them, to come back with like, you know, a party smasher, like something that like gets us so hyped, you know, like old Kea did. You know, Fukiwan is still like the most hyped song ever, and even Silent Majority, you know, and Futari Saizan. I mean, Idols and Underworld even sing that song. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's they got a string, but I don't want them to be 4-hit wonders and then we don't care anymore. It's more like they have to grow. This is actually, I think, a sign of some growth. Here's the thing. It starts out beautifully. The rolling arpeggio, like the piano, it gets me going. My heart starts feeling it. I knew they weren't going to go into some crazy chorus, but they at least build it up. The chorus is chill. I mean, it's not like this huge, like, hit you over the head chorus. I'm curious to see what the dance is. You know, the dance could really push this over the edge into an interesting sorry, I'm so sorry. Interesting stratosphere to remain in as a KO fan moving forward. The thing is, Kea is all about originality. Kea to me is all about being creative, being smart. This song isn't necessarily original, but it's steady. And here's the thing. I realized listening to this song, the big problem. This is the universal problem with AKB, Nogi, and Kea, and this is more a mental problem for me, I think, and maybe others that listen critically, such as we do. When you are in a major idol group, you're trying to hit all points and not necessarily take risks, but you're trying to make everyone happy. In the underworld, when you're playing to 20 kids every night, nobody cares. You can experiment, you can be crazy, because no one is, it won't come out unless you get a reputation for that. Kea was interesting in that, like with Fukiwan, they came out with this crazy dance, everybody knows it, this crazy song, I mean, and in Silent Majority as well. It's like, they did something different. I didn't think it was possible. So I think the song isn't different in that sense, but I'm okay with it because there's the emotion there, and I accepted the fact that this is just a run-of-the-mill middle ground song. Because I think what the problem is, I'm expecting these groups to do crazy underground idol stuff and like go really nuts and like in the middle of a song just stop playing and like do something nuts, or you know what I mean, or do like time changes that don't make any sense, or have a video that's really like risky. This is major idol groups, so either kind of get with it or not, and that's why I like this so much. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. It's a good run-of-the-mill song that makes me happy to like mainstream idol. Is it great? It's something I'll remember the verse, because that verse is super beautiful. That piano is gorgeous, and like the guitar, it's good. But will I remember it in a year? I don't know. I guess we'll see the dance. Because with Kea, you can never just see the music. It's always the dancing, don't you think? Like, the kind of adds.
Very good to say that, because I wonder, since it's once again Hirate Yurina, 8th time in a row being the center, who has hip joint problems and other bone features. What are they gonna perform?
Yeah.
Who's gonna perform? That's my question. Since basically the Senbatsu is now 17 people, Kea started with 21 members. Well, 20 members and then Neru involved, so that's 21. And then one left, so now they're back. But we had some graduations in between. And we're now basically at active is 16 from the kanji side. Because now Hiragana is their own separate group. So it's a bit weird and confusing at times. And I wonder how long can Hirate keep up the center position.
I mean,
if I'm wrong, you can say I'm wrong. Wasn't she like on a 6-month hiatus last year? Something along those lines. I honestly, Robin said something that I want to bring up. Will the dance, or the choreography, I should say, reflect the song and or Hirata Yuria's current situation?
All right.
And or their previous song? Will it be like their usual style?
With ambivalence, how many times do you think Hirata Yurina performed this as a center?
I don't think once.
Actually,
No.
one time.
One time. Well,
One time. That's it. And otherwise, she's inactive because physical condition. Again. But this time, it's like, okay, she has, at age 17, like hip joint basically removal. It can pop out sometimes like that. So that's good to have on a 17-year age, dancing like crazy.
Yeah.
So she's amazing. And it still will be curable. Well, curable in a way. It can be prevented. But she needs to rest more. So it was like once every now and then she can perform. It's like a rarity that shows up. It's
yeah. The thing with Techi is like she's an old soul. You know what I mean? Like her body might be a young 17-year-old whatnot body, but like she's an old soul. Like I think part of that pain, that physical pain, she can work that into her set as long as she's careful. I mean, I don't want her to dance if like it's a serious health threat to her. Obviously not. It's not worth it. But you know, Idol is, she'll be in and out of Idol. She'll be married someday, have kids. She doesn't want to like not be able to lift her child because she had hip problems when she was an Idol. You know, that would be horrible. So I think with Techi, she's got to pace herself. She's got to listen to her doctors. She's got to trust that her management will actually not try to push her in the wrong direction with dancing. And let's hope they do that.
Yeah, we'll see when the MV comes out, so I can look forward to critique that, and maybe I'll get more used to the song and give it the grade it deserves. The next up for me is the STU48 MV on the coupling song came out, and again, my Japanese is so bad that I don't remember the title. I
forgot too.
Okay.
Something short, but I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like 2 letters, so it's like, or two kanji stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, the reason I like this a lot is basically this is the song STU should resemble. From the way the song goes, from the fact you're showing the boat.
Yay!
It's bigger than I thought.
As it should be.
Yeah, it's still under construction a lot, but I like the fact they were like, alright, you want to see the boat, here is the boat. And then it's like, that's all I wanted. I wanted to see the boat. I don't care, it's not done yet. I don't care, but it's seaworthy basically, because it's already in the harbor. It's over there. You had fun Okada Center with the captain's hat going there. And I liked, and this is maybe a tidbit that I saw, but the style of dancing is basically what sailors would do on a boat. Like they're swapping the deck. They have some moves in there that are replicating that. It really feels like this is a idol group about a boat. This is basically the song I was missing from STU48. And it's a very nice style in my head, and it's very lovely, and I like this more than the A side, you know, with the drone following thing. So, yeah, no, I really like this song. This is a very, very good song on the 48 group side.
Colin?
Well, last week or the week before that, when we talked about this, the A side, besides technical-wise, me liking it, I wasn't really interested in it. But what I wanted for the next song, when I meant for the next single, I got with this one. I pretty much agree with Robin, but I would switch out song for MV. I just throw it out there. The song, I'm like, nothing. If I said it before, if this is their usual style, it's not working for me. It's not really my thing. But this is a B-side, so I don't really count it as much as their A-side would be, because I think that would represent them more. But MV-wise, great, love it. It's on the boat. I wanted it on the boat. I just wanted the boat. That's what they are. You know, idols, STU, they are idols on the boat. You know, I just want a boat, and it looked nice. They were inside the boat. They were on the boat. They were around the boat. That's what I wanted. It's nice. I love the colors. The colors are so beautiful. It's like my color pattern.
The lighting when in the theater, basically, they're building behind. When they were dancing in there, that was amazing part of the MV.
That was I really love the colors in this one. I like bright. It was very bright. It was sunny. Like their A side, it was like shot on a rainy day, and I wanted it to be like how Sukinanda looked, like in the sun, like great lighting. And this MV had it. and I really liked it. Besides me not being interested in the song, I'd say that a nitpick for me would be the close-ups when they were shooting it themselves. That looked too shaky for me. It didn't really work. I didn't like it. I don't like the whole shaky thing. Like, it makes it look like a bad YouTube vlog for kids. And that kind of threw me off. But had they not do that, like just like how they had it in the beginning, like just camera steady, and then no, not dancing. They were calmer than that. But like that would be okay. So that's a nitpick that I have. But MV. It's already my favorite, but we haven't had that much, so it's like I take that with a grain of salt. Song, nah. But I do look forward to their next single and see what they have to offer. Like I said, I want to know what their style is, if they keep it or change it up. I just want like something energetic, like high tension.
And choreography?
Choreography, I'm not really interested in.
Okay.
I just a song to me is something you hear, so I care more for how it sounds than how it looks. But when it is MV wise, then it's another story. That's like, okay, I want to see how it is. But choreography, I'm not particularly caring on that side.
Okay.
I just care for the song more. I wonder what they will release next. I look forward to it.
Derek?
Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with Colin to some effect. I think the MV is very beautiful. Nachan just looks like, I mean, I don't know, she's just unbelievable. But
with the
song-wise,
going like this in the captain's booth.
Yeah, it's just, it couldn't be any cuter. But it's just, they're the group out of all the AKB groups that I follow the least. And nothing against them. They just don't do anything for me. They haven't had a song yet that really moves me. So this is just one more song to me. But in defense, the MV is very beautiful. I could watch that MV, and be happy.
Okay. And then finally, that came out this week, is IZ*ONE Hauki to言わせたい. So, why did I pick this one as the best one out of all of it? It's just freaking gorgeous. Just the MV. Like, there's also online a lot of debate. Like, I just want the MV with all of them in the raincoats, like with overcoats, like that. But the colors combined, it's not in your face too much. It's nicely moved colors and very soft to appear. The song itself, it's if this was an AKB song, it would be like, alrighty, that's a very, very good start of the year going in there. IZ*ONE is just very powerful in this one, and the song is instantly, stuck in the head. I remember the title right away, because it's also saying for the other songs. Lots of interacting. It has a good balance to the music and to the MV. So this is a very, very, very good start, I would say.
Colin? It's badass.
Colin, do you have an opinion on IZ*ONE or?
Oh yeah, obviously I do. I liked the look of the MV. Pretty much like Stu. It's a nice color. I prefer blue more, but great colors. I like bright and colorful. It's like high tension. The song, in that regard, like I like the colors. I like the look of it. I like the locations that they use. I really like the part where they have these light sticks. I don't know if
that's the raincoat scene basically.
Yeah, no, I care more for the light sticks honestly than the raincoats. But I really like that aesthetic. I really like the look of that. That it's neon. Yeah, neon. I don't mind neon. That's fine. If it looks nice, it looks nice. I really like this MV. Same with the. I don't know why I'm pointing. With the Stu MV, it's lovely to look at. Like great looking, which is for an MV important, like I just said, and that's good.
Yes, Derek.
I mean, this group continues to surprise and continues to be relevant. I'm impressed with them. They're a bona fide group that's come out of Korea and Japan. This is a really good testimony. This MV, the song, they just did what they had to do, man. I gotta be honest, I'm really feeling it. I mean, to me the best Izone song is like Rumor. You know, that's my jam. Like that's the song I play constantly. But this song is not bad. It's like it's like in a concert setting, people are gonna go crazy. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot here. So I'm curious to see more what they do with it. You know what I mean? Like what I mean is like performing these songs. One of our fans, that crazy girl, was talking about how like certain girls get certain lines, and like how some girls should get certain lines and others shouldn't get that many because they can't sing, whatnot. Like line distribution needs to be equal, and I like that. I think that's a good critique. You know, you're creating a dance group with a myriad of like girls who have talent, both dancing and singing. You need to utilize those talents as best you can. And you know, if you're just sacrificing talent because you want the most popular member to get the most screen time, that's not a good thing. But I think the song, you know, let's see how they continue to play it live, because I have a feeling they're going to line change some of it. You know what I mean? And like, I think they might shift it around. I'm not sure it's set, is what I'm getting at, but I could be wrong. You know, because I don't know. Maybe, you know.
Well, they performed it already live before the MV came
Right.
out, and
Right.
when we first saw that was like very good, very impressive.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Yeah, no, I personally like Sakura's tone in there. Her voice is very clean during a lot of parts. And with Yabuki Nako, she has a very clear position in there where she's supposed to sing. It's always like the second verse, she has like a solo part in there with someone doing vocal backgrounds to emphasize her voice. So that's very interesting to see on that. You know, basically the center of the group for the Korean side is then, oh, help me out here. That's who became first.
It was on her birthday. 16 years old.
It's not Haewon, right? That's someone else. Well, I forgot.
Her. We know.
Yeah, and for the Japanese side is Sakura. Just me, like Sakura being in there as well. Yeah, but I really like this song. I'll listen to this a couple of times. It really gets stuck into the head. Strong competition. I'm still wondering what the 55th single is gonna be for AKB48, because it feels like now with these 4 coming out, the biggest one they still have to look out for is Nogi. What it's gonna be. And maybe that's why they haven't announced anything yet. Maybe they're like waiting, like, okay, we heard a little bit about this, a little bit about this. Maybe we can change stuff, or maybe they already filmed it, edited, and they're waiting for it to release it to a approximate time.
For Nogizaka, you mean?
No, for AKB.
Oh, for AKB. No, I think it's more because of NGT. But okay. I think the reason why we haven't heard anything from the 55th single, I think it's because of NGT. But that's my
Senbatsu announcement, maybe.
Yeah, I think that. I don't think they've filmed it. No, I don't think so. I think it's. I said it before last week. I think they have it. They just, because of NGT, they don't know who to put in it. I think because it will be released one day different from the year before that. Jabaja and AKB always does like around the same time. At the same time they release the song, you know, based on last year, the year before that, the 13th of March, I think the 55th will be released. Jabaja was like the 14th or so. I think it's because of NGT that they haven't done it yet, because we knew about, you know, the Senbatsu list for last year for Jabaja, but we know nothing, and it's almost February. Maybe it gets released tomorrow, because, you know, that's our curse.
Our curse, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Well, overall, something to look forward to coming up. Anything else about the singles MVs that came out that we saw?
Well, one thing I'll say about IZ*ONE is, you know, like with Korean songs, like K-pop idol songs, there's like a structure to them, kind of like classical music, like movements and certain things that you have in every song. And I think like when you're like a diehard, like, you know, K-pop fan, you can hear where things should go, and you're waiting for things to like click and snap. Like I was watching AOA, and
so for some reason it keeps appearing on my Facebook, and because I joined the Choa fan page because I'm like obsessed with Choa because she's amazing, and like I was just watching how like every part has its place, but yet it works, you know. So with Eyes One, it's like you got to have the right members in those places, or else your K fans are going to be like, nope, doesn't work. You need to put this member here, and then it'll work. It'll click. So I think we should just keep an eye out on Eyes One as far as, like I said, like changing up their lines, seeing what they do. I mean, that crazy girl really laid it out. I'm sure she can get even more in depth. Like, there's a whole science to it. Just like there's a J Idol. You know, J Idol has like certain mixed parts and stuff. And, you know, if you're going Chica Idol, like Trad Idol, like, you know, there's a formula. So, you know, we'll see if they stick with it.
All right. All right, time for the biggest thing that happened this week, and Colin, take it away, please.
Okay. The thing I really was looking for was yesterday, the 26th, BNK48 had their Susenkyo, their first Susenkyo for their 6th single, which will be coming up. I'm gonna talk about it. You guys can chip in whenever. I'm not going to address every single thing, only the things that I found to be noteworthy. That same day, they had a concert earlier. From what I've heard, it went great. And they even celebrated a birthday. It would be wrong for me to not acknowledge that something happened. I won't say what it is. I don't want to open that can of worms. But let me just say it was a controversy, and it has been addressed by BNK and the member that was in fault, but please don't quote me on that, in the same day, and they even apologized for it, so that is great. Again, I'm not saying what it is if you don't know. Figure it out, I would say, but I don't want to get that in the way for something really great. So thank you itself. It was live streamed, but not through the official channels. You could watch it if you knew how to find it, and it was pretty easy, actually. The Susenkyo itself, the girls all wore the same outfit. It was this Nogizaka style outfit. It was white, really womanly. I really liked it. They had the stage had like on the screen they took like Greek pillars, like a Greek style to it, and the stage itself, they were like a row, another row on top of that, and then in the middle, the big stage for the girl who won. And
with 2 more pillars and 4 golden pillars, something like that.
Yeah, it was white pillars, golden.
Yeah, it's like a pink. Well, currently above your head is a picture of that situation, so that's why I'm describing it. It's like a pink fog or cloud, and then with like a Colosseum, basically Greek Roman Colosseum, with like 2 rows, not that many members. So you had like the 3rd row from the bottom, 2nd row, and then the center on the top.
Yeah. It's a beautiful photo. Like I picked this one to be shown because it looks great.
Yeah, it's very, very clear, and it's very nice actually.
It's very nice. They did like the thing with their names, like they came. That felt very rushed to me. There was also a bit of technical difficulties with the lighting. I think you could like not see 3 members when they came 2 or 3. And it felt like very rushed. Like here it is, here member. I only remember Mayoshi Pun being like taking like a full second screen time. The rest were like, hi, ho, and then that was rushed. That they could have done that differently. But that was great to hear. Like very loud cheers from the audience. The audience was into it. It was great. I have the names and like the points. I just say of number 32 had 5,472 points. Her name is Jip. That's the lowest score. There were 51 members participating, but they only did like Senbatsu and Undergirls. I've said before what I think about that. What really is the first thing I want to talk about, number 21, my lucky number, ranking in Izuta Arena with 9,305 votes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I started to cry. That was just so I knew it. Like I knew it because the host, nice host by the way, they were good. I can't say anything bad about them. They had like this pause and it was the same pause that BNK Music had during the AKB Susenkyo, where it's like he needs to read what it is because it's not usual for him. So I knew it was her, and that was great. Like the moment she heard her name, like she started to cry. The members around her came to her, being just so glad that she ranked in.
Mama Hen.
Yeah, actually, that kind of the most senior member out of all, and it was really beautiful. And then when she came down the stairs, Miori, and she is a Japanese member in BNK. She was in the coming of age ceremony a few weeks ago, like 2 or so.
Mm-hmm.
And she even participated in the Romeo and Juliet stage play from last year. She came like out of nowhere and flung herself to Izuta, and then I started to cry. It's like so beautiful. The only 2 Japanese members, full Japanese members to be in it. There's a happy in it. And I started to cry. Like that was just so beautiful. I even tweeted it out. Like I needed to say that it was just beautiful. And the aforementioned Miori, she ranked number 20. She was like 1 rank higher with almost 10,000 votes. Also very happy that she ranked in. She's also great. She speaks like 3 languages, and I really like her English. Like she has this voice in English. Watch like her appeal video for AKB Susenkyo last year. I love it. And the center for Undergirls is Sachan, who is the Happy I just talked about. She's number 17 and has 13,183 votes.
So Isatarina is Undergirls.
Yeah, she's in the Undergirls.
Yeah,
it was great.
It's so great for her that's basically compared to her Susenkyo in Japan. I think
nothing to compare it to.
No, I think she never went into like Undergirls or anything, but she definitely ranked. Yeah, a few years back probably when it started.
Maybe too long.
But it's good for her that the people accept her in the group and basically thank her for, you know, keeping an eye on this group and developing to the huge powerhouse that they are right now.
Yeah, that's completely true. I can't really add to that. And that was great. Like I said, it was an emotional moment. What they did, I do want to say that before I go into the next thing. They would like announce 4 girls, like number, you know, the 32, 31, 30, 29, and then they would have their speeches. So it's like a bracket of 4 each time. I think that was a nice thing. It made it seem quick but not rushed. It felt very nice, which is a difference from what they did with their top 16, where it is essentially like the AKB one. It's like 1 member, immediately there's a speech, that whole thing, and that was nice. I have nothing big to say about the top 16. Well, the bottom part of that. Number 15 is Kai Mook. She's that member that you remember when you see her. You remember. I don't mean that in a bad way. Derek, you know her. I remember that you know her. She's like a penguin. If I say that, you know who it is. That's great for her to rank in. I have nothing particular to say about the number 16 to 10. I do about number 9, and that's not a great way to start. If I have to be completely honest, and many people share this opinion, Pun, the captain of B3, she ranked in number 9, below expectations. She had 44,140 votes. That will come up in a moment because there's something interesting about it. And yeah, not Kami 7. Everyone would have thought she would rank in the top 4 or 5. So she performed below expectations, which is sad. She was the center of the previous single. And she's great. She can outdance Tano like any day of the week. Not to say that that's the only thing that she should rank high, but she is a great dancer. She's just great. She is not actually my type, but she won me over because of something, like a character trait that I value a lot. And yeah, it's a bit sad. Kind of because of who became for her, not per se on who. I may butcher this one. Kyle, she is the oldest member in the group. She had 44,479, a 300 vote difference. And that's a big one because number 10 had like 16,000 difference. So there's a big gap between 10 and 9. I would even say that the top 9 is...
Yeah, 300 doesn't feel like even one person could have fixed that with a couple of votes.
It's the gap between 10 and 9 is big, but 9 and 8 not really. But not just 9 and 8, it's also number 7. Noe, very popular member. She was the center for the previous song, Give Me One Melody. She had 44,769, also a 300 vote difference. She got into Kami 7, so it's like
so close yet so far.
It's really close. Like also, I forgot almost when Pun. Like I can't understand Thai for one bit, but her name is like her nickname. It's Punsikorn. Sorry if I butchered that. I don't know Thai. And when her name was dropped by the hosts, even the members, you were like jaw on the floor. Even the audience was like, "What?"
Like he knows the name, or
No, they knew that they were like, "What?" She
ranked
so low.
When
like
he announced,
they were
reaction.
It's like, huh? That kind of thing. Friend of ours, Matt, the BNK expert, honestly, she went to the concert I mentioned before, and the Susenkyo, and something I get into in a moment. So she is really the one. I hope she will put in the comments down below what she thought, or on anyway. I want to hear what she says, and I think she would agree with me that when her name was dropped, Pun that is, the audience was like, "What? You have to be kidding me!" But yeah, it is what it is. She was happy to receive it, of course. And yeah, that's the thing. I'm gonna continue now because otherwise it's too long. Number 6, honestly, in my opinion, the second most beautiful member of BNK. I would even argue top 3 out of all the 48 groups. Orn. She's stunning. If someone would tell me she's the most beautiful one, I would be like, yeah, totally, I agree. I won't argue against it. She is. And she hasn't centered the song, but she is number 6. So that's pretty interesting. I'm very happy for that.
Something in the future.
Yeah, I hope so. She's a looker. People compare her to, and Robin will like it, Takashi Juri. I
think I've seen her. She actually is very close with Takashi Juri, right? She has
I am not certain on that. I really am not.
Well, something on Instagram. I'm following Takashi Juri, of course, and they had some interaction in there, and I can see that. Yeah, she has a little more darker skin. Correct, or
I don't know.
Bigger eyes.
I can't give an answer to that because I don't know how to describe it. That's the thing.
Just it's beauty that's so stunning you don't have words for it.
Yeah, actually, kind of it is. Okay. Which is why I said one of the most beautiful looking members. Period. Number 5. If I were to compare her, I would compare her to Itana Tomomi. Jane. I think she is also very beautiful. With Chaprong, they are my top 3 most beautiful members in BNK, even top 5 in 48 group in general, to be honest. But I leave that to people at home to judge for themselves. I think she has droopy eyes, but that's the thing. But she's gorgeous, like Itano Tomomi. Honestly, people look, maybe they can judge for themselves. But also number 5, that's also pretty impressive. Also Orn, it's
how many votes?
Number 5, 47,369.
Getting up there.
That's pretty high. But
just imagine, still, people, this is their first Sosenkyo.
Compare
that to AKB's first Sosenkyo, and that's a lot different.
I looked I would say, point-wise, if you only look at the numbers, the BNK Sosenkyo votes are roughly similar to the AKB third election from 2011.
In their top years, so they're doing great.
2011 and 2012, I would say.
Yeah.
Even by JKT, even MNL, I looked at it. These numbers are pretty high, but they actually get a bit higher. But Jane, I'm happy for her. She's beautiful. Number 4. This was a bit of a shock. Also, it's Mobile, who had the exchange program recently. I forgot what she centered because I confuse her sometimes. with someone else. I get there in a moment, but she did it. It was I expected her to be top 3, but number 4 is very good, very good. So I'm really happy for her. I voted for her. Yeah, I voted for her. And she had 5. I mixed it up again. Sorry. 56,028 votes.
56,000 compared to 47.
Yeah, it's a 10,000 difference almost.
Holy moly!
Yeah. And then number 3, not really much of a difference in point wise. It's music, the center for Koiser Fortune Cookie.
Really? Number 3?
Yeah, I would have thought she'd be number 2. I think she has that vibe. I do like. She's like my second favorite member, so I'm happy with where she ranked. Kinda one rank higher. And if you know who's coming, well, no, I'm not finishing that. I'll get there in a moment. But I'm happy that she ranked this high, 57, almost 58,000. Really,
just a little jump higher than the 4th place.
Yeah, it's a bit like these numbers.
There's still competition in the top 4, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, top 9 at least, but like the top 4 is something in a league of their own, and that's pretty good. Like I said, number 2 would have preferred, but she is, in my opinion, the number 2 of BNK, if I have to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 2. Yeah. This is one of these things where it's like, if you know like the top members, you know who's coming and you know who's not coming. It is a reverse request hour thing where you know who's number 1, but number 2 is like, who?
Yeah, and it's like you expect number 2, but she became number 3. So who the hell is then number 2?
Janice.
Interesting, actually. What?
Yeah.
What? Well, I think that is still too early to be for her at number 2.
I agree. Like, I have a theory on it. Before the Susenkyo began, like a few weeks ago, Mette and I had a conversation, and she brought up Janice. Like, she is a dark horse of the group. And she's not. She is. I can't say anything bad about her. She is very pretty, very nice. But what Robin's reaction was, she is a bit like a wallflower, I feel. Everyone I've seen, like even on STU48 and Twitter, it's like they are surprised because of it that she ranked this high, and I think it's because, and again, if you love her, if it's your Oshi, great. I don't mean anything bad about her, but she's kind of not memorable. Sorry.
You know what I think it is?
Yeah.
I think Janice is comparable to a former AKB member that was also very popular, very hard to work with. Paruru, Shimazaki Haruka.
Honestly, they are like night and day, those two.
Yeah.
In terms of personality.
Oh,
yeah,
personality, but more like, taking a look in the back. Like, I'm here, but I won't throw out much attention, but the moments I throw in there, if you noticed, then you'll like those moments. I think that's the thing, and that's the appeal out there. You're just saying that she's a dark horse. Well, after becoming second, that's hard for her to be a dark horse anymore.
No, well, Matt described her as that because we were talking about the top 4, and it was Cheprong, Music, Mobile, Pun as well, and Orn was also brought up, and she brought up
and then you're like,
Janice.
Blop, 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 and then you're like, wait. Where is this woman?
Yeah, because like I said, I kind of forgot about her because I'm gotta be brutally honest, I don't have the number 2 feel with her. I really don't. When I think of number 2, I think of like Oshima Yuko, but that's a very big gap. But still, in their own right, I'm like, huh. But she kept it very calm, very cool. It was she did it elegantly. She's
a cool beauty type.
Yeah, kinda like Yui-han, but Yui-han is a bit more proactive.
Moriyasu Madoka.
Yeah, that's a perfect. I would say a perfect comparison. Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe Iriyama style like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. And that's You know, it's
Oh,
great.
yeah, good ranks, but not as a number 2. You wouldn't see that. You want the...
I don't have number 2 feeling with her, but maybe it's because of like she has been under my radar, so I need to see something more where I'm like, you know, now I get it.
Well, apparently a
but
lot
we'll
of
see.
people were on her radar. So, what was her vote counts?
I need to check again. Oh, oops. 58,362.
Still, that's compared. You know, the 2, 3, 4 are really in a battle with each other. That's like minor differences to this side. So it's still anyone's game compared to that. You can still tell that it's the first Susenkyo and people are finding out. But now I'm curious because I think we all know who now became number 1.
Okay.
But what is the difference? Yeah, go ahead, Colin.
I will get to number 1 in a moment. There was I once bring up something. The way they build up the top 3, like Mobile was 4th, and after she was done, she was really weeping, by the way. They did this build up, like a great build up. At least that's what I think. With tense music, there were dancers. There were, I believe, traditional dance. I'm not sure. And there was fire coming out of the stage. There was a dance. They did like tricks, acrobatics in that sense. And there was this build up. And then the manager from BNK, I've mentioned him before, Job. He came in also white attire, like reminiscent of what the girls wore, and he had this big ass scepter with him. You can see it on the on the photo. What number 1 is carrying this, like some kind of priest or a Dutch figure. It's like this giant ass scepter. Like she could hurt you.
Something
very
what
bad.
Gandalf would have with him.
Yeah, but even bigger, I think, and more decorative. But it's wow. And he came in on that stage with that thing, and then he went. If there's like a stage before it, there was this. I forgot the word how you can describe it. It's I forget. It's something like the sword in the stone kind of thing.
Like a lock or something. You put it in there.
No, it's I
socket.
forgot what it was. No, damn it. A pedestal. That was the word. Sorry. Like a pedestal thingy. I was like, what's the word again? Damn it. I even wrote it down. And he put it in before the top 3 was announced. And that was like huge thing. He was very cool. Like he wasn't serious, but he did
nonchalant, like
yeah,
see
like
this?
that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of cool how they did that. I would even say like watch that part if you're interested.
Did they elevate any lights when you put it in there? Like it went all the way?
You know what? I can't even remember. I was kind of giggling, but I was really liking it. I was like not expecting it. It's like it's fun. I really liked it. I can't remember if they did.
I do agree. I do agree with what you said now, because wouldn't this be awesome in the Sosenkyo just normally before like, hey, top 3 is coming up. Let's have a moment to hype things up before.
Yeah, I imagine like dancers with the flags, you know, with AKB, SK, and whatever coming up, and then someone, I don't know who they would pick, but just with something like doing this great build up. I really recommend people watching that and judge for themselves, because I really thought it was cool. And now the number 1. I knew she was going to be number 1. When the number 2 got announced, I was like, oh, wait a minute. But
yeah,
she won.
That's it.
Chaprong won.
Yeah.
Woo!
Congratulations.
D-Ace, yeah. Clapping. Really. She won by a long shot. Number 1, Chaprong, 84,195.
Whoa.
There is a 24,000 vote difference. And if we were to compare to AKB Susenkyo last year, where she also ranked in 37, something around that bracket, which she did also very well. But if her votes now, we would compare her to the AKB one, she would be Kami in the Kami 7. She would outrank Ogi, but not quite as much Sakurai. So she would be number 4.
Yeah, 4 in this. Still, that's amazing.
Huge gap.
And just remember what she did in the Sosenkyo Japanese style, and in her own Sosenkyo, the difference of activities. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Man, it's coughing, yawning, everything happening
Drinking.
Everything.
Drinking? Where? No, but the thing is, her activities just expanded to a lot. She's now like a national icon and internationally known, well, internationally in Asia on that side, and you can see that the talent in her is just on such a high level, and without a doubt, and I believe on the other side of the members, without a doubt, there should be none other than her being in that #1 spot. So
that's
definitely well deserved, and that's why.
I've also said it before. She deserves, out of all the members, she is the Achan of the group. You can quote me on that one. I think she is the Achan of that group. Maybe not singing wise, but that's
to be honest, Achan wasn't that strong as a singer when they started in AKB48. It developed later to a later effect, like
true
4 years later in the group, like in the. Derek, do you agree? Which Sasenkyo did Achan had that voice changed in there?
I think she grew over time. Like I think it went from this tiny bird voice to, like, you know, singing what needed to be sung, you know, being melodic. And when you see her practicing, like, behind the scenes in the docks, like, you know, she's really taking it seriously. So, like, it's,
when did Flower came out?
The Flower Without Rain?
No, not the documentary, just the song Flower.
I don't remember. It's too long ago.
Too long ago.
Very long ago.
No, I think Jerprong is really, like, you wouldn't compare to Achan. She is the first and ever Jerprong of the group.
She is the girl. Like, everyone knows who she is. She has her own great following. And yeah, it's totally earned. Like, I really think so. Next time, for the next BNK48, when that will be, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a yearly thing, but we'll see. This 1 year they needed her to be #1 and get her, because she hasn't censored a song, and really they need like a very good song. Matt and I talked, because I talked with her about this. For us, if we mix our top 3, it's either going to be Heavy Rotation, Flying Get, or Iwake maybe. Those are the 3 songs that we think they should do.
Iwake maybe, that's gonna be the one.
Again, I don't know what they will do. I hope it's something great. You know, they can't. I don't think they can top their Corsair Fortune Cookie, because that was the big bang in that sense. I hope they do. I want them, but we'll see. I hope it will be great.
What about Flying Get?
I personally want Flying Get the most, because I love that song and I love Chaprang. So, and I think she fits the visual style. If I were to think about Flying Get, the AKB one. But, you know, that's personal preference. But we'll see. We don't know. We'll see when they reveal it. I look forward to it. And she had this cloak. She got the cloak like AKB has. She walked towards the scepter. She grabbed it out. She bowed for the scepter, I think. And people cheered and she smiled. And then she grabbed the scepter, went back to the main stage. She did her speech. She did it very cool, but you could see that she was struggling to keep it together. But she did it very admirable, in my opinion. She said something in relation to 48 group. That was the only thing that I understood. But that was great. Like, I want to know what her speech is. I don't know. I don't know how to look for it, because I don't know Thai. But it is great. And at one point, and you can see the picture where the rest of the members are, she stood in front of them, like this would be like the audience and the members would be at the back. She even turned around, like, to address them, and I found I really liked that. That was very respectful towards for her to do that to the members. I don't know what she said, but she addressed them, and that was great. And when she did, she was like crying. Could see she was crying. She was holding it back.
Nice confetti explosions, everything.
No, not. Yeah, I can't remember because the thing is, at one point, the girl I mentioned earlier. It's the reason why I mentioned 17th ranked Sachan, she went to her. Like there was maybe like 3 meters difference between them, and she hugged her. And then the first row, they went to her and they hugged her to congratulate her, even though she was like talking, and she hadn't sat on the throne yet. That was a powerful moment, like the bond between these members. Just from that scene alone, I would argue it the strongest bond of all the groups. I don't think any other group can come near it, but you know, that's something that
Take notes, NGT.
Yeah, remember what again about something happening? Yeah, NGT should take notes how BNK did.
I think entirety of AKS should take notes on how to properly go with the group, because basically how we saw AKB when we first became fans and how they are growing, this is what BNK48 is doing right now, and this is what we want to see. This is basically the more focus on them is really because they are doing things the right way. And the one thing they're missing, you guys already mentioned it, the original song. If they come out with the original song, that will still be a challenge to that part. But you can tell this is like, it's not that hard. This is proof. This is how you do it. Derek, any thoughts on this situation?
I mean, you nailed it, man. And I'm not trying to be quiet without saying anything. Honestly, like, the comments here are just gold. Like, you guys are really nailing it. But here's the one thing. You know, BNK, we got to support them. We don't want them to get derailed by anything. You know, Chaprang, you know, all these girls, congratulations, you know, on their well-earned wins. Let's see what they do with it now. Let's see how much BNK we can get in the next year. And I'm looking forward to lots. And I hope we get to see them over in Japan. And I hope I get to know the members more. And who knows, maybe even do a handshake with them if they ever do one. So that would be cool.
They currently have the ball and they are rolling with it.
Oh yeah, yeah, they are. Final thoughts. I didn't figure this out on my own. Someone else did. The top 3, Chaprang, Janice, and Music, they were in the World 48 Senbatsu of last year. So that's a very fun coincidence. Though granted, not all BNK members participated in that. Only 10, I think.
Yeah, but it's still the switch up is in there. So there's the 2, 3, 4 are still fighting on which position, but number 1 is clearly on the lead.
Yeah, and she of course went to sit on the throne. It was great. She looked great. The giant scepter, like some Greek goddess. I loved it. Like I said, the World 48 thing. I saw a lot of congratulations from many members, actually from 48 side.
Yeah, saw that too.
The BNK movie director, hint hint, something for Shadow. He even congratulated the girls, and he even said, at least I translated what he said on Facebook, that he wanted this to be the ending for his movie. Hint 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 hint. And I would agree. Like, this would have been a great ending for a movie. But like I said,
director's cut.
Oh yeah, the director's cut. Great one. Hopefully we'll get to see that one. That would be great. But yeah, Izarina got thanked by so many members. A lot. I wrote them all down. But something notable, ex-JKT member Harugon. That is interesting. She congratulated her, but many. Anin, Magu, Abe Maria, Fujita Nana, Oshima Ryoka. They congratulated Izarina. Mobile, no, it was Music. Music was thanked by SKE's Akane Bird. I found that one to be interesting. Okay, they apparently, are very close. I didn't know that. But that was great. And Seichan, Fukuoka Seina, like graduated Chaprang, like I want to say a half hour when it was over on Twitter, like. Immediately, I really thought that was cool to do that, to congratulate Chaprang. Very fast. I was like, okay, but that was very nice. It was great. A bit of an awkward ending, but it was very great to see. Like, I honestly, it can be watched. You just have to look for it.
Hey, so thank you with a heartwarming ending. Wow, that's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
True. It was really great. Yeah, so Sankyo-wise, that's the thing. Yeah.
Very good. Thanks, Colin. A little follow-up to there, because today they had the Asia Festival, basically.
Yes.
So I...
with for AKB, I just want to say who all is.
Yeah.
Actually, I recommend people watching that because it's great. AKB, JKT, BNK, MNL, Team SH, Shanghai, Team
Weird
TP,
by that.
and Team SGO from Vietnam. 7 teams, and I watched majority of it. And to summarize very quickly, it was sponsored by a game company, and they're releasing a game, but they haven't really released it yet. It will be. It seems interesting. And they groups did like 3 songs. So each group did 3 songs, and it was a nice way to introduce it, like on this screen, the title of the festival, and then next stage, then bam, the title of the group, and they all did great. I was interested by all the groups, honestly. I think they all did a very admirable job. Like, it was very fun to watch.
This is the first time I heard of AKB48 Team SH.
Yeah, I only know that they've released their first single, Love Trip. I want to say somewhere last year. That's the only thing I know about them. I like the costumes for the song. They even performed the song. I really like the costumes. It was blue, so I like it.
Derek, help me out here in this situation. So that is Shanghai, right?
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be.
Aren't they like, you know, disrupted? They're banned. They're not anything in the group. So is that I think that's an error on the way. Maybe.
Yeah, it can't be. I'm thinking that's Taipei or something.
They were there too. They had orange, so there was a difference.
No,
but,
I still understand that, but I think that is a big mistake. That
it's weird. I don't know much about them. I only know Love Trip, blue costumes. They have members.
Yeah, they performed actually. We'll see that in the futures. No, what I saw a little bit on that note, of course, with the members I follow on Twitter, of course, Okada Nana with performing a lot with Chaeprang. Chaeprang had some moments in there that she's like, I'm so happy that I can perform with Okada Nana. She's my Oshi, and then, you know, Harem is going internationally, hugging, and then finding every moment. I think there was like a moment where Chaeprang run up to Nachan, and she just suddenly hugged her, and it's like, oh hey, there she is. They performed demo with each other, and
yeah, that was they did first the groups, and then they did like unit, which was mixed in, and even the
so maybe it's foreshadowing that, hey, the Sosenkyo from 2019, the winners are performing together in a song. So we have Chaeprang for this Sosenkyo, and maybe Okada Nana for this Sosenkyo. Maybe, who knows?
Juna. But they did actually do like World 48. It came back. Thank God. I said it last year. I hate one-offs, so I'm glad that they did something akin to this. And that was great. Yeah, of course, because why not? 16 or 17 members. And 16. I forgot which songs they did, but no, they did my interpretation of it, a heavy multilingual rotation, which was very fun to see them doing it. You know, it's the song that everyone knows. It's easy to do, but it was indeed very fun to watch them perform all those songs together.
Yeah, it seemed like a great festival actually, and one of those recommendations to watch if you can find the full version somewhere later. Probably
Asia,
somewhere.
AKB48 Group Asia Festival.
Yeah, it's very easy to find, I think. Very good, very good.
I really hope they continue to do something again like this. I think
they will after what this result into such positive feedback. Basically, this should not be a one-off thing. It's like you have something here, makes a lot of money, so keep doing this.
Makes a lot of money, they will keep doing it. I hope it did. I think it did. They need, of course, sponsors, because like 7 groups, like members from all over the place, like getting them together, preparing, practicing. It's like that the AKS couldn't do that, I think.
So out of all this, you have a very positive feeling, right?
Yeah, very.
That's a good feeling to go into upcoming this week. Since, for those who don't know, this Tuesday. I don't know about the rest of the world, but it will be an international release, right?
Yeah,
certain locations.
basically, I want to correct you on one thing because I know where you're going to take it. The BNK48 movie, Girls Don't Cry, will have its premiere in the European market for the International Film Festival in Rotterdam. And we get to see it Tuesday, but there are 5 showings of it. Sunday, the 28th, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we get to see it Tuesday because we will be going to Rotterdam to watch it. But
so, hey, maybe. How long takes it to fly from Bangkok to Rotterdam?
I think, Matt went from Norway. Sorry, Matt, if I forget. I believe it's Norway to Bangkok, and it was like an 11-hour flight. I think. I'm not sure. That's the only.
So let's say you have a festival, then you have a day rest, and then you have an 11-hour flight. Then you need to establish. So if you would show up to a premiere, which day would then be the fastest, the best?
The fastest? Monday.
Just take another day rest.
If they need a day rest, Tuesday. But
would be interesting.
I know that the director for the movie, who I just mentioned now, he did post on his Facebook that it would be happening, but I couldn't make it out if he was planning to go. Maybe he will be there. That would be interesting.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll have a chance to interview him. That would be very interesting. We're gonna film everything, so I'll film everything. We'll make like a vlog out of it.
Where can people find that?
Well, maybe on our Patreon page that I haven't updated in a while, so I'm sorry about that, Patreon people. I'll get back to it right away, but yeah, Patreon 48 Talk, patreon.com/48 Talk. You can go there.
Yeah, we may give like our thoughts on it next week a little bit.
Yeah, but if you want to see stuff, then you have to go there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, Derek, final thoughts on the BNK48 Senbatsu General Election and the Asia Festival.
Congrats, Izone. Congrats, Prang. Asia Music Festival is a good thing. Solid. Let's hope that we can continue this type of sharing, like we said. And it is curious if it'll be a precursor to the Susenkyo coming up, but we'll see. We'll see how many actually apply. If we're doing a World Senbatsu, there's even a Susenkyo. I think this is a good precursor to all that. So we'll see. But it looks good. I'm really happy with everything, and really proud of BNK for just becoming powerhouses. Like, kudos to them and their management.
Oh yeah, Derek says something great. Last thing I will mention about, like I said, they had a concert on Saturday morning, a general election in the evening, Sunday an Asia Festival. I think there was even a concert, the thingy before that. 3 or 4 things, 2 days. Wow, that they pulled this off. Like, this is like very big. Like, they had to practice for the songs, the dance. There's also the emotional baggage that comes with the Susenkyo. It's like they had like the best weekend yet, and they pulled it off immensely. Like, kudos to them. I have nothing but praise for them for what they have accomplished this weekend.
Very, very, very awesome.
Very good.
All right, let's go then into our recommendation for next week. I'm gonna watch something. Hopefully this week, because I finally got something. Thanks also to you, Colin, because impossible to find if you don't know. I'm gonna try and watch the documentary new chapter from AKB48, and even though it's not subtitled, sadly, I'm still trying to get the emotions behind there. It took a while to download, but find.
But it was difficult.
And the other thing I've been watching, but I want to watch it full, is the Okada Nana solo concert. I watched a certain part already, and that was Nanakin, basically from basically what was it? What I forgot the original song. It's Wakuri. It's Milky doing her devil song.
I forgot. I can't remember.
Oh, what is that?
I mean, if DX knew. I know. He knows.
Wakari. Well, in her version is Nanaki. Basically, you know that NMB song that goes with the bicep song, basically about sexy biceps, and you know that was very fun to see her going to the stage and throwing out choco mints. Basically, you see a lot of AKB members in the crowd
Oh yeah.
just during that, and they are all mesmerized. Like, oh, they're so beautiful. It's like very fun to watch. So that's my recommendation. That's it. SKE Bingo. I haven't watched it. I saw
I did.
part. How was that called on the first episode? You were saying.
I liked it. It hasn't been subbed, at least that I don't know of. I enjoyed it. Again, it was with acting. A lot of focus on the members, not really the host, but I think that's good to start with. One member, I think Firatana was great. I think Dasu was great. One member, I forgot her name. She was great. Like they had to do like an audition thing to show how their acting was, and she got me. Like I thought she was the best. I forgot her name. I'm sorry. She was great. Like I was like, whoa, this is a character and not an idol in a group. And that's big praise for me.
So that's also something you could watch. A little bit down, but I'm still interested to watch the next week is the AK Bingo Kyun episodes. You know, the most time for Valentine's Day they have that heart. Everybody needs to be like a little bit. What do you call that? That heart, that Kyun meter, basically. That skip a beat. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was a little underwhelming, to be honest. It was like not that great. There were some good moments, but not compared to what it originally was. Hopefully next week will or this week will be a lot better. And other than that, what's coming out? No, that's it for me. So, Colin, do you have anything to add?
SK Bingo if you have the time. Anything BNK from this weekend, including Sasankyo and the festival. It's a lot to watch. I would say like 5 hours total. But hey, you can always split it up. It's easy to find on YouTube, and hopefully it will stay there, so you can easily watch it back. And I believe next week, Nemosu is back. And Nemosu is fun. They had an interesting last season, but Akimoto Sayaka coming back, yes. I think I'm pretty sure that Nemosu will cover something from the Asia Festival, like they did when they went to Japan Expo the year before that.
Yeah, they always have like you're in a foreign country, Nemosu's here. You got to do some funny stuff.
Yeah, but they won't start with it. They will do something with Komi, Asai Nanami, Taniguchi, Manaka.
15 Gen doing something.
Yumoto Ami. Yeah, when you said 15 Gen, I knew. They will do something. I don't know what. But hey, Nemosu is fun. It's enjoyable.
There are good moments in there. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Derek.
I'm gonna recommend Keyakizaka. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I'm curious to see about that. And also structure. I want to know if anybody can comment on like K-pop song structure, which I'm sure we have a few people that will. I'm curious to know what the high marks, the low marks are in each song, so we can be a little more educated about talking about it. And yeah, that's short and simple. I'm really not feeling too well, so I apologize. I can't be a little more talkative, but I think Colin really nailed it, and thank you, Colin.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Well then, short and sweet, I would say. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this week's episode. And then hopefully next week we'll all be Genki to a point. Hopefully you'll feel a lot better, Derek. Stay safe on that side. And yes, thank you for watching then this week's episode of 48 Talk. And we'll see you next time then. Bye everybody.
See you later.
Prong number one. Whoop whoop.